So friends, we'll see today the problem which is unsolved problem on page number 116 in the board's book. The problem is like that, only they are to ask us to prepare income and expenditure account only. But in the examination they can ask the problem on both grounds. So they will ask you prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet, closing balance sheet they can ask you. So only they are asked to understanding matter what is the income and expenditure account and how to prepare income and expenditure account. So you know, income and expenditure account, it is as good as profit and loss account, and in case of account of not for profit concerns, we have to prepare, that is, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. So income and expenditure account is a real account. So on there are two sides. Left hand side is called the expenditure side and right hand side called the income side there. It is a nominal account. So all the possible expenses will be recorded on the expenditure side and all the possible payments can be recorded, all the possible incomes can be recorded on the that is income side. So here for this, and at the end we can ascertain the surplus or deficit. So what is the meaning of surplus or deficit? Surplus means excess of income or expenditure is called as surplus. So when credit side of the income and expenditure account is heavier, at that time we'll get a surplus, and when debit side of income and expenditure account is heavier, we'll get their deficit there. So deficit means excess of expenditure or income. So for this is the problem asked in your book, board's book, that is problem number 4. Preparation of income and expenditure account only they can ask us. The following is the receipts and payment account of Satara Sports Club, Satara. So we have to write on this, only they ask us on one page, we have to prepare in the books of Satara Sports Club, Satara. This is the problem number 4, which is your on board's unsolved problem, problem number 116 page number. So here we can write here in the books of Satara Sports Club, Satara, income and expenditure account, second line, and for the year end date. Now we write there debit, expenditure, and amount, income, amount like that. So all the possible expenses can be recorded here on the expenditure side, on all the possible income can be recorded on the income side. So here, meanwhile, first we will see that the outstanding subscription. So outstanding subscription for the current year. So only this is the all revenue incomes as well as revenue expenses can be recorded for the current years only. Therefore, we must take the subscription for the current years. So subscription for current year gives to you 2018-19, 44,500. On that there is adjustment. We can take that adjustment into consideration there. So tick mark on that because there is adjustment. And for rent is also adjustment. Tick mark on the rent there. And entrance fees are to be treated as revenue income. And stock of sports material. So revenue, entrance fees you can tick mark, and the stock of sports material is given on the payment side. On that you have to take into consideration and make tick mark. They are given to us opening stock of sport material as well as closing stock of sports material. And sports material, by sports material 40,000 given, that means it is purchased during the years, and for that, on account of that, they can make the payment there. So here, we'll see this and we'll solve the problem here. So here on this formatting for this income and expenditure account, first we have to show the salaries. And here on the income side, we have to show the subscription. So here, regarding salary, so the payment side of the receipts and payment, that payment side can be compare and record on the expenditure side. So here first is given salaries, and for salaries there is no adjustment. Therefore I write here salaries there. So salaries given to us, I can write here salaries. There is no adjustment, salaries. So salary is given in the problem is 5,000. I directly write this 5,000. Directly outer column, no adjustment on this ground. Then On rent there is adjustment, we can do that adjustment here. Only they ask to us the income and expenditure, rent. So rent is given to you. They are given to you as rates including 2000 for 17-18. They are given to us 5000. I will take that rent inner column 5000. There is adjustment like this. And for that, this rent is include 2000, which is paid for the last years. Therefore, I will deduct this less rent related to last year or previous year. Related to previous year, we can take here, which is included. We have deduct this. That amount being given to us in the problem is 2000. We deduct this 2000. So it will be 3000. And they are given the adjustment rent. So just see the adjustment given to you rent. That is number 2. Outstanding rent for the current year is 1000. So we have to add here. Add outstanding rent for current year. Outstanding rent for current year. The outstanding rate for current year is given to 1000. We have to add this and put it outer column because current year they are given to us. The current year and last year it is included. That's why we deducted that. And the outstanding rate for the current year 4000. In this problem they are not asked the balance sheet. Whenever balance sheet asks this outstanding rate, we must show on the liability side of the balance sheet. But only they ask us the income and expenditure account. So that the salaries and rent is over. 2 electricity charges 1450 no adjustment. I write there 2 electricity charges. 2 electricity charges. There is no adjustment. The amount of electricity charge is given to 1450. 1450 no adjustment on this amount. And after that they are given to the fixed deposit 60,000. Fixed deposit is it is asset. We must show on the asset side of the balance sheet. Therefore, we cannot show this fixed deposit being as an asset, and that can be shown on the asset side. Printing and stationery. For this also, for printing and stationery no adjustment, I write here being as expenditure here, printing and stationery. For this also, no adjustment is given to us. Printing and stationery. The amount of printing and stationery is given to you. 750 we can take care. No adjustment in this. After that, general expense 5500 and including rupees 500 paid for the next year they are given here. So for this also we can take the adjustment here to general expense. So general expense adjustment is given. Just see. General expense is 5500 and they are given the adjustment on this ground. That is including 500 paid for the next year. Therefore, I will deduct here less paid for next year or subsequent year. Next year we take here. So paid for the next years they are given to us is 500, and for the current year they are not given any adjustment. So just we have to deduct it and put it outer column because no adjustment on current year. So here. General expenses less paid for the next year. Whenever they ask the balance sheet, this paid in next year's or previous year, next year, we can show that on the liability side of the balance sheet. But it is we are not preparing the balance sheet there. Then after that, sports material. Regarding sports material, there are adjustment given to you. Sports material. Sports materials, I will underline it. I will take opening balance for that, which is given in the adjustment. Opening balance. See, opening balance number 4. 4 number adjustment gives to us 6000 opening balance. And sports material purchase during the years on the payment side they are given to you. And purchases during the year. Purchases of sports material it is given to us 40,000. So total in all opening balance will be 6,000 and 40,000, 46,000 total. The opening stock of sport material is there 6,000, and this is additions made by means of making payment, purchases made or additions made 40,000, 46. and they are given in the adjustment number 4 itself. Closing stock of sport material, less closing stock, less closing stock. This is the opening balance or opening stock. So closing stock of sports material given to us is 14,000. We must deduct for 14,000 from it and put it out to column 0, 0, 0, 2 and carries 1 means 32,000 each. So sports material is 32,000. So just see there given to us regarding the sports material opening balance given in the adjustment 6,000, and on the payment side it is made 40,000, additions made 40, total will be 46,000, and they are given to us the closing stock of sports material 14,000. And this closing stock of sports material, when balance sheet is asked at the time, we must show on the asset side of the balance sheet. But they are not asked to us. So like this we can prepare. Then cash balance carried down, cash in hand and cash at bank. This goes once again on the asset side of the balance sheet, which is not preparing here. So that's it for the payment side. And after making payment side, we can take the subscription here on the income side. Subscription for the current year will take here. Subscription for the year we can take here. They are given last year's, current year and the next year given. So 2018-19 will be the current year. So for this, I will take the subscription here 44,500. And on the subscription adjustment given, number 1 itself is that outstanding subscription the current year is rupees 4,500. We must take that. Add outstanding subscription for the current year. Outstanding subscription for the current year. For the current year, we'll take that outstanding subscription for the current year. Adjustment number 1 given 4,500. So for the subscription, what I done here, I took the subscription for the current year's 44, which is given to us 18-19 is the current year. 44,500 will show there, and outstanding subscription of the current year is 4,500, and this amount goes to the outer, and we'll make this addition for this. It is comes to 0, 0, 0, 5, 5, 10 carries 1, 4, 4, 8 and 9. It comes to 49,000. Whereas this outstanding subscription once again shown the asset side of the balance sheet, which is not preparing here in this case. Then after that they are given to interest fees. They are interest fees. In this case, cash in hand and cash in hand as well as bank balance were not taken because it is already given, which is already given and taken into consideration in the capital of the last year. So not taken here because this is the last year's closing balance with opening balance for the here receipts and payment about the current year, so not to be taken into consideration there. And this once again 2019-20 subscription year 3,500. If they are asked to us the balance sheet, we can show on the liability side of the balance sheet, that is subscription received for the subsequent year 2019-20, but which is not asked here. Now entrance fees. Regarding entrance fees, they are given to you. Entrance fees are to be treated as revenue income. What is revenue income? The income which is received again and again. It is called revenue. Revenue means recurring again and again. So it can be treated as a revenue in nature because all the revenue incomes can be recorded on the income side and all the revenue expenses can be recorded on the expenditure side. That's why entrance fees is given to us. You write here by entrance fees. By entrance fees. The amount of entrance fees which is given to us, it is 8,000 and no more adjustment on entrance fees because it is treated as revenue in nature. So entrance fees they are given to revenue in nature. So we'll write here revenue. Then after this, they are given to you interest. They are given to us donation for building fund here. So donation for building fund, it is a special donation which is given for the building, which can be shown to the liability side of the balance sheet because we are not preparing balance sheet here. So you not write this item because it goes to the liability side of the balance sheet. Interest received they are given to you. I will write here by interest being income here. Interest. The amount of interest is 600 here. I will take that 600 here. After this, sale of furniture. So they are given book value 8,000 and it is sale for 4,500. So Therefore, if there any profit or loss on sale, that must be taken into consideration. So on this ground, there is a loss. So book value means original cost is equals to 8,000. So here there is a loss here. I'll take that loss on sale of furniture. Loss on sale of furniture. There is a loss. So its cost is 8,000. That is book value, and it is sold for 4,500. So therefore there is a loss here. So that 5 means 3,500 being the loss there. So they incur the loss on this ground. So therefore, whenever loss, it can be recorded on the debit side because debit on expenses. So loss on sale of furniture, we have to show there. Loss of sale of furniture, amount being 3,500. How that loss on sale of furniture we can show by means of working note. Number 1 there, that is book value minus sale price. You get there 3,000 being loss, and this loss will be shown on the debit side. Otherwise, you can show here 8,000 minus 4,500. You will get here loss to the extent of 3,500. So just see whether all assets are posted or not. Just see payment I recorded all the expenditure side, and all the receipts can be recorded on the income side. So here I'll taken into consideration all the matter here. Just you will see once again salary is no adjustment recorded in the debit side. Rent, and that rent includes the rent related to the previous year's 2,000. I can deduct this and it comes to 3,000. And that given in the adjustment, outstanding rent for the current year is 1,000 rupees. 3,000 plus 1,000, it goes to the outer column, that is 4,000. Here no more balance sheet asked, therefore not posting for the outstanding rent for the current year on the liability side because we are not preparing. Then electricity charge is no adjustment, 1,450. Printing and stationery 750, no adjustment. General expenses there is adjustment because they are given to you the general expense including rupees 500 paid for the next year. Therefore I deduct this general expense 5,500 less paid for the next year 500. It comes to exactly 5,000 there on the outer column. Whereas this paid in advance for the next year, the general expenses must be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet, but we are not preparing there. Now after that. They give us to us the sports material. So regarding sports material, it is a sports club. Therefore, it can be conceived that the material consumed or sport material consumption is given. Therefore, sports material, I write this in our column by underlining and opening stock of the sports material given to us in the adjustment. Last adjustment 6,000, and there are purchases additions made to the extent of 40,000. It comes to 46,000. Once again, in the adjustment closing stock of sport material given there 14,000. So after making deduction, you will get there 32,000 outer column. So like that. Then after that, I will turn to the moves to the subscription, which is given for the current year only. 1819 44,500, and from 44,500 they are given adjustment number 1 itself, outstanding subscription for the current year. I add this outstanding subscription current year 4,500, and amount goes to the outer column is 49,000 there. So once again, this outstanding subscription shown on the asset side, which is not asked here, only for the understanding matter of how income and expenditure account is recorded and how to ascertain surplus and deficit. To that extent, it is shown here. Therefore, just see here. So 44,500 plus outstanding for the current 49,000. It goes to the outer column. Then here entrance fees that given in the adjustment, you can treat this revenue in nature. Revenue means the income which is recurring again, receiving again and again is called revenue. Because revenue incomes is recorded on the income side, revenue expenses can be recorded only here on the expenditure side. So that's why we are getting there. So like this by entrance fees revenue. And there is interest here. I record this interest which is received, that is 600. 600 is the interest there. Whereas one more item which is given, donation for building fund. So it is a special donation. What is donation? The special donation, the donation which is received, the donation which is received for the special purpose. This is called the special donation. It is donation received on for the building fund. Therefore, not shown here. It is goes to the liability side of the balance sheet, but we are not preparing it. Then interest is income we can show there, and sale of furniture. They have made the sales of furniture. which a book value of 8,000 sold for 4,500. So there is a loss of 3,500. It is 8,000 minus 4,500. There is a loss of 3,500. We can show that. When a loss there, loss on sale of furniture, there is like this. After all these things, by considering all adjustment, now we have to ascertain whether you got surplus or deficit. How to calculate surplus or deficit? Just overlook the, see, by looking this side is heavier and this side is less here. Therefore, I can take the total on the credit side of the income side. Whereas if income side is coming here, first is 0, second is 0, and third is 6 there, and here 8 and 17 there, carries 1, 57,600. Once again, I'll check whether it is correct or not. There are 3 figures. First 0, second 0, 6 is there, and 8 and 17 carries 1 and 5, 57. I'll put the same here and ascertain here 57,600, and I will ascertain here surplus here. Whenever credit is heavier, you will get surplus. But after writing surplus, you write here into bracket excess of income or expenditure. You must write, otherwise there you lose mark there. Excess of income or expenditure. Expenditure here. You may start like this. Excess of income or expenditure. So this will be like this. Now we'll see. Now we'll be seeing this. Just here, you'll get here surplus. First is 0 there. Second is also 5 here. 5, 5, 10. 10 means 0 once again, and you will get there carries 1, 6 is there, 6 and 13 and 17 and 17, and you will get there just here. First will be first is 0, second is now it is 5 and 5, 10 means 0, once again carries 1 here. So you will get that carries 1, 6 here, 6 and 7. 6 and 7 will be 16 and 20. 20 and for that something, just see whether it is getting anything. So just we'll see on the expenditure side, there is a 5,000 and 4,000, 1,450, 750 and 5,000 is the amount, and that is 32,000 and 3,500 you will get there. Just see. So 57. First is 0, second is 0. It is a 3 to 5, 5 and 7, 12, 12 and 4. 12 and 4 is 16. But you want that is carries 1, 17, and you will get here 9 will be 26. 16, 25, which is 9 will be 26. You will get there carries 2. 3 to 5, 5 and 5 to 7, 7 and 5, 12, 12, 13, 17 and 22. 22 and 5 will be there. 27, you will get there 2, 2, 3, 5 means 0. 5,900 is the answer for that. So once again, so you will be getting confirmed for 0, second 0, 5, 10, 0, 10 and 15 and 15 and 22, 26. Carry will be 2 there, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 and 10, 10 and 12, 12 and 17, 18, 22, 27, carries is 2 there, 2 plus 3, 5, which is correct. So that's it for the income and expenditure side, and just they can ask to you for the understanding better that income and expenditure come. That's it, we'll wait here, stop, thank you.